Hello again, back for another episode. I'm on Nuddock Wood in Scunthorpe. Day Ticket Lake now, as well as some luxury lodges which I've fished in before. That was the back end of last year. Didn't have any success then, but it was really tough going. I was going out for days out on bits and bobs like that, so it wasn't serious hardcore fishing. Today, very different, sunny, warm. Bit of wind blowing into this swim, which is called the windy swim. So probably a kind of dominant wind on this place. Got a very long margin down to my left, which looks brilliant for a bite. Lots of fish on top as well. Not allowed to surface fish, but I do have a couple of zigs on the top, or near enough the top, about a foot under. So we shall see how we get on. Don't really know much about the lake, if I'm honest. Just kind of come here on a whim. As I say, I liked it when I came back end of last year, and I've been meaning to come back, and here I am. Big fishing here up to high 40s, plenty of 30s, high 20s, all that sort of thing, so there's a lot to go at. Chose this swim just because it's kind of out the way really. A few lads turned up and have gone near the sort of the road end, which is down that end. I just wanted a bit of space myself. I was speaking to one of the bailiffs who's part of the Ivy Hooks team, and he recommended this swim for the margin spot. So I've taken his advice, and here I am. 2 zigs out at the minute, 1 on the bottom, but that's right along the margin. I'll show you my spots a bit later on. So yeah, looking good. Quite confident really, which is unlike me. Usually I'm a bit doom and gloom about swims, but this one I kind of got a bit of a good feeling about. Maybe I'd have gone now. There's a bit of a shoal just out to my left, and they've probably no more than a couple of rod lengths out from the bank. So tonight I think I'm just going to keep all my rods close in. A lot of people are fishing, or that I can see are fishing quite far out. There's one lad that's been spotting for a couple of hours, and he's spotted into the middle, so it might pay off for him. But when the fish are on top, I'm just thinking keep a bit of disturbance down, get zigs on, fishing single, a little boat full of bait, which I'm using Brooks's boat. Thanks for lending me that, Brooksy, appreciated, because mine's knackered. Although, another thank you, if you see my last vlog on Rainbow Lake, Dave, the lake owner's fixed my boat. It's very good of him, never met him before, and he's fixed it, so very big thank you to Dave, saved me getting a new boat really. So yeah, great. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say on this bit. Krill boilies, through sticky baits are in the margin rod. I've just been plopping a few in just down to my left or the right of the swim as you're looking at it. A couple of overhanging trees close in. As I say, I'm just going to keep things simple for today. But yeah, looking forward to it. Show you around, do the usual bits and bobs. I'll hopefully do a bit more. I know the last vlog was a bit short, we didn't do a great deal on it, so I'll do a bit more what rigs I'm using, what bait, why I do this, why I do that, and all that sort of thing. So yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully catch a chunk. If you catch 35 pounder, you've got to go in the water for it, and my waders aren't the most reliable of waders, so that could be fun. But yeah, see how we get on, and I'll catch you up in a bit. We've got one. Just had it on the zig. I've just had a drop back on the margin rod. Picked up to that, nothing there, but the line's been pulled right out, so I've just lost one and had one. There you go, we'll get her on the mat. Absolutely over the moon to get one. See how big she goes, nice looking comet. I'm gonna make this as quick as I can because it's really hot out and there's no water buckets in the swim, which I didn't know about before coming, so I don't want it to be out in the water too long. Oh. Just nipped to the bottom of it. Very lively. Just get the net out from under it. There we go, lovely common. Maybe 16 pounds, something like that. Black eel, I think I'll show you what I'm doing, but I don't want to mess about too much, so I'll get a few pictures of that. just to quickly show you what I just had that common on. I didn't weigh it in the end because I say it's boiling, I don't want to knacker them. First you put on, I've got a little 2 ounce lead there onto a quarter float, and then a hook link of a couple of foot maybe. I don't want it to be too long, just to stop tangles. Might read it's gone a bit kinked, but that is an IB size 6 zig floater hook. It's microbarb only here. Hair rig onto a black foam with a little bit of a yellow topper. I found that really does work. I'm no zig master, but that's every time I've caught a fish on a zig, it's been on that. Yeah, very happy. And I'm just putting 2 bits of foam on, just on the cast, stop it tangling. What I found with zigs is if you just keep things, the less on the zig the better. Adjustables you come with like different, I know the Corda one comes with a bit of boom section for your lead to go on. And I've just tried to keep it simple, just the less there is, the less it tangles. So I want to get it back out there quick while they're on top, and hopefully get another one. Just had that double take, so I'm just going to redo this rod. I don't really know what happened with it, to be honest, but it's tubing only, so I've got a fair length of tubing going up my line. Hybrid lead clip, just a 3 ounce lead on, and then a simple D-rig, which is the crank hand sharpened hooks by IB. They don't do the crank anymore, but they have got a new one coming out very soon, which has a very similar name, which looks the business. But then there's krill wafter, just to match what I'm putting in. It's very, very simple. Hopefully effective. I said I just had a run on it, or a very big drop back. Don't know what happened, but yeah, it's a promising sign. Well, the rods are out. Quite a bit of action. That's I just had that fish. Look down, and my left rod's gone really slack. Pull up into that. My line's kind of going out into the middle of the lake, which it isn't there. So someone's picked it up, took it out, and dropped it, but it's a good sign, especially because that was on the bottom with the wafter rig I showed you, so it's looking good. I don't know, I was about to say I don't think I'd have a fish this early, but I kind of did with the amount of fish on top, but I'm not the best zig angler in the world, so that's a bit of a conflict. But yeah, it was literally about, as soon as I saw it bob under the surface, I left it, because the cruising around with the back's out, so there's no point putting it a foot under when they're literally on top. I pulled it up a bit and I thought I'd put it higher, and as soon as I put it higher it went off, so changing the zig and being active on it has definitely worked for me today. I'm hoping it's not the last one, because it is very good, or looking very good should I say. Plenty of fish still about, albeit they've kind of spooked off this area now for a little bit, but I'm sure they'll be back. Yeah, well happy with that, very happy. In all the excitement I forgot to weigh it, which is a bit of a nodding mistake, but I did want to get it back. I say it's a bit, I did think they'd have a water bucket here or something. Mine's in my cradle bag, which is in the car park, which is no real use. I didn't know if they had cradles here, so it's not real much good, but I'll try and drink something and use an empty bottle for it, but that's for a future problem, shall we say. I'd estimate about, I don't know, 14, 15, 16 pounds, something like that, but lovely looking common, scale perfect. Happy days. We're into the morning on day 2 and a very quiet night. After I had that fish, wasn't a great deal that happened. The bulk seemed to just drop below the surface and go into the middle of the lake, which is out of my reach really, or the peg boundary should I say anyway. So yeah, very uneventful. I probably made a mistake in fishing 2 in the margins. I left one on a zig. Probably in hindsight not the best idea, but the amount of fish I'd seen in close yesterday was just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. But you live and learn, and you know for tonight probably to venture a bit further out. There's not a great deal of features. It's between 9 and 12 foot out there, so I'm just going to have to try and find the 9 foot bits, I think. There's nobody either side of me on the pegs, which is a bit of a bonus. I've got a bit more room, but yeah, I thought I might have had something really, especially with my margin rod. It's about 10 in the morning now. I just put my other zig back out, so I've got 2 zigs out, and then I'm just going to leave my margin rod for the rest of the day. With the sonar on the boat, I think it was in about 3 or 4 foot, which is probably a bit too shallow for the night, but as the sun comes round, it faces me, so hopefully the fish will follow that round and come into the margin, my side, and come as close as they were in yesterday. Still forecast quite hot, so we'll see what happens really. Hopefully something else happens. Got off to a good start, just with those little zigs. Looking out now, there's fish on top, but not as many as there was yesterday. So we'll just have to play it by ear, I think, and just go with the flow. But yeah, at least I'm off the mark, so there's no real pressure on at the minute. But yeah, got the zigs out just before I thought, because the fish aren't in my swim at the minute. So I thought I'd get them out now before they start coming in and making disturbance. And hopefully they do exactly the same as what they did yesterday. So we'll see what goes on. Early afternoon now, and it's gone a bit quiet. The fish are gradually coming my way, but they're not here yet. I can't really move pegs to where they are because that's where there's anglers anyway. So while I'm sat here behind motionless rods, I thought I'll spill the beans on where me and Brooksy are going. So we are off to Carplantis in Holland in August. And whilst it's obviously getting tackle ready and just being a bit organised, which we'll go into next time we're fishing together, and we'll sort of go beyond the process of how we're planning on going about a trip to a place like that when there's very big fish. But these are the hooks we've ordered. I don't really plug many products, but I will do these. IB hooks. You get them in like a hard hook case, your old traditional sort of fly boxes. And that's what we've got. So we're using the size 4 cranks, hand sharpened wide gauge. Not wide gauge, talking rubbish. Crank X, I think they're called. Duck's going crazy. Just drops one. I'll show you another one. It's not really focusing, but you can see like the silvery tip, hand sharpened. Wires very thick on them as well, so if they get stuck in any reeds or snags or anything, I've got confidence in these that they're going to do the job. I think they only do these in a size 4, I think, but don't quote me on that. So we've got 50 of these, and I've done a bit of research and we've watched a few YouTube videos. So I've got these are the unsharpened ones. I'm dropping them all over the place today. The size 6 zig floater hooks, that's what I had my fish on here. And I know that Carplantis is very deep, so we're going to be using zigs. So box, oh god, butterfingers today. Box with 50 hooks, I think, from IB, don't quote me on it, but it's about 30 quid, 32.50 I think off the top of my head. So for 50 quality hooks that are hand sharpened, well worth the money. So that'll last us, well, probably longer than the Carplantis trip, to be fair, because if it's a fisher hook and I use 50 hooks, it's going to be a very good trip, and I don't think there's going to be that many fish because it's a hard water. But yeah, that's how we're preparing. Just going to take one of these with us, small, compact, get it in my bag, and no issues there. So if you're looking for some hand sharpened hooks just to try out, see what the buzz is about, have a look at these. Last night, coming into the evening, the ball sort of drifted off again like they did last night. Changed tactics a little bit. I've put one out into open water. I've seen fish all day, and I've put a zig right into the middle of the lake. There's a couple of lads that have gone home, so I've got a bit more water, and that's where the bulk were last night. So I've just put a zig out there. I'm just going to keep altering the depth until I go to bed, so for next, I don't know, 3-4 hours, something like that. And just to clarify one of the rules, I know I put that I had a fish on a zig on a bit of black and yellow foam, and I've tried to put a note on one of the pictures that I've caught, a bit of a voiceover or something. If I manage to do that, then this is the explanation. So I read the rules as you'll have adjustable zigs. I didn't read too much into the bait because I knew it was boilie and pellet only, so I've missed the rule where it says no artificial bait. So I've clarified it with a bait lift, because I've changed over to pop-ups once I've realised no artificial bait probably means foam. And the bait lift said I'm allowed to use foam anyway, so bit of explanation. I don't know if it's a generic rule or what, but I have clarified with the bait lift. I'm not one to go around breaking rules and all that for no reason. I didn't read the rules in the first place, so I didn't know, but it's clarified you can use it. So when it says no artificial bait, foam on zigs is allowed. It's just pop-up corn and plastic bait and stuff that isn't allowed. So bit of clarification there in case I get any comments saying, well, you're not allowed to use phone. Apparently I am, so I'm going to carry on using it for tonight, unless they change the rules, or I get told not to, but I have clarified it, so should be fine. Yeah, so middle rod I've just put out, kind of going into the bit. I've got a margin down to my left. I just put it in that bit where I've seen fish all day. It's about 12 foot deep, which isn't ideal, but everywhere around me is really. It's about that deep or not far off it. Pink sent from hell wafter usually gets me a bite out of nothing if I'm struggling, and I am struggling. No fish out today at all, I don't think. So we'll see what the night brings. Hopefully something, but you know, it's been fishing hard. I don't see nothing out today, so I'm not particularly doing anything wrong. I did persist with the zigs today. Majority of the day was on pop-ups because I thought I was reel breaking, but gone back to trusty old bit of black foam with a bit of a yellow topper, so see what happens with that. Been enjoying it, and put my teeth in, been enjoyable anyway. Lovely place, kind of like it's an old sandpit, I think. Very natural looking. It's like a bit of a monument vibe for it, really. You know that there's big fish in here, so you know what you're all here for, and you just kind of get a bit more of a buzz about the place. So yeah, highly recommend it. Won't be my last time here for sure. If I can afford a fancy lodge for a week, then by all means I'll be doing a fancy lodge, but I don't think that's going to be the case, so I'll be in my bivvy. Probably do it another once or twice this year. I know I've got a few fishing buddies that are up for a trip here, so hopefully that'll be one for the future cards to look out for on the channel, hopefully. See what happens for the night. Hopefully next time you see me I'll have a new PB in my hands, but who knows. Just before I start to pack down, I'll just show you the swims for anyone that's coming on, thinking of bivvy sizes and etc. Mat slings, cradles provided. You don't get a water bucket, so if you've got a bucket, bring that with you. Or something to use. I'll just use an old bottle for that for the time being. Bivvy peg stairs to the top bank. The top bank goes all the way around. I'm on the right hand side. You can see the peg there, but they're all like tucked behind the trees, so it's kind of nice and secluded, so you can't really see anybody. And then the lodges are just in between them trees there and over there. Lovely little setting. Just about to bring the rods in. I don't think anything else is going to happen now. So I'm on the way back now. I have to pack up for 9 o'clock in the morning to get off, so just running a bit late, but I'm on time. End of the session. I'm happy with what I caught. Yes. I wish I had more. Also, yes. I don't think I could have fished any different, to be honest. Fishing zigs when the fish were on top, and fishing how I normally fish on the bottom when they're not. So margin spot was obviously a go-to. Didn't have anything off that, but it is what it is. Enjoyed it nonetheless. Lovely place, good facilities. There is a shower and like proper toilets there and everything, and electric hookup behind the swim, but I didn't really need to use that. But I suppose you can plug in a cool box or something. So yeah, that's it. Next one vlog might be July. Can't promise when, but if not, it might be the Holland trip with Brooksy. I'm going to try and squeeze it in beforehand anyway. I know Craig's going to France, so he's going to publish a vlog, but until then I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any feedback on the vlogs, I'm more than open to hear what you think. If you think they're crap or if you like them, just let us know in the comments, or you want to see us do anything different, or change anything, or any venues that you recommend us to go to and do a bit of filming, then let us know. Hope you've enjoyed it, and see you on the next one.